This is Blockchain Bullz, and today we're going to take a look at Stellar Lumens. So Stellar being the organization and Lumens being the coin. The question has come up recently if XLM is also going to reach the same fate as XRP has with the Securities and Exchange Commission. So we're going to take a look at that, as well as look at exactly what makes Stellar Lumens so interesting and why it's been such a top tier project that keeps getting all of this attention in spite of all of the SEC chatter. So we're obviously going to get some clarity with that from the SEC, and we're going to see if Stellar Lumens get dragged into that. So if you're new to Blockchain Bullz here, you can subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us here on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description below in the comments. So let's go ahead and take a look here at Stellar Lumens. So you can see here on the all-time chart, Stellar Lumens was as high as 82 cents on January 3rd. Well, here in this 2020, we were as high as, 20 cents thereabouts with Stellar Lumens. Market cap currently sitting at around $2.8 billion. Not too bad. It's the number 14th ranked coin at the moment, and sitting at 12 cents. Wow. You might just think, hey, this is either a good buying opportunity or it's got some room to lose its traction if the SEC comes in. But it almost seems like some of that's already been priced in, and that's why we watched it come from 20 cents down to 12. So is this a sleeping giant headed into 2021? Well, let's take a look. So where can you get Stellar Lumens? Well, pretty much everywhere, including on Coinbase. Oh, there was an issue right here. Let's see if that's resolved already. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you could get it on Binance, Coinbase Pro. It's pretty much widely available. So Stellar Lumens is a pretty easy one to get. Kraken has it. Crypto.com has it. There's not going to be an issue with this particular coin. And you could see right here, Cardano sitting at $5.5 billion. Stellar Lumens, half of that. So why is this such a big point to make? Well, let's take a look at what Stellar Lumens really does. So Stellar is an open network for storing and moving money. So their big thing is global remittance. They also have an exchange, which we're going to talk about here, that they're working on. So borderless, limitless, and powerful. Stellar makes it possible to create, send, and trade digital representations of all forms of money. Dollars, pesos, Bitcoin, pretty much anything. It's designed so all the world's financial systems can work together on a single network. So we can learn more here and get some more information. But this is an intro into Stellar right here. You have the traditional dollar, the dollar token, who builds on Stellar. So for end users, Stellar is fast, efficient network for trading, saving, and spending digital money. So we'll go ahead and go back to the main page, but you guys get an idea of how much research you can really do if you wanted to look into this on their website. So now you can see Stellar makes money better. Stellar's APIs and SDKs are ready to help you transform the world of finance, and the network currency connections could give even a small company the power and reach of an international bank. Here's what you can build with a few lines of code. So you have global payment apps leverage the many currency-backed tokens already on the Stellar network. So you could see you guys may have heard about how these sovereign nations are looking to build or create their own coin. You've even heard JP Morgan working on a coin. So this conversation keeps on happening, and Stellar is looking to kind of be the shell, the umbrella of a lot of that. And now you have this asset exchange. So you could see right here, this asset exchange, this is one that you're going to want to keep an eye on. You can see trading Bitcoin for gold, just like that. You purchased 0.157 ounces of gold done just on the asset exchange like that. Here's their big one, micro payment services, power payments of any size with Stellar's low, flat fees and fast transactions. Yeah, about fast transactions. Now, if you wanted to know who had the fastest cryptocurrency speed, it would come down to basically EOS, Ripple, Stellar Lumens, okay? This is on iHodl by Jose Rodriguez. He wrote a pretty good write-up here about the things you should know about these fast cryptocurrencies. Supposedly Ripple is basically the fastest, but XLM not too far behind. In fact, some people even say that XLM is faster, but if you look at this, Ripple processes over 1,500 transactions per second, and XLM does has an open source platform, 5 seconds per transaction at extremely low cost. So that's an interesting thing. And then there is one that I'm going to have to show you guys at a later date, which is the Apollo FinTech. Now, this article, it appears to be kind of like a little bit of a opinion post, but maybe a little bit of a promotional post. I know I'm showing it to you, but it just outlines what you really need to know about who the fastest transaction speeds are. But I think this Apollo FinTech project is something worth adding to your radar. So we'll be talking about that. If you guys really want a video, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to talk about Apollo, because you guys might be pretty impressed with what they're working on, but we'll see if they're as legit as they say they are, right? So back to the website now. So designed for developers, this is a project by Jed McCaleb, who also helped build XRP, Ripple XRP. And if you look right here, you can see in 2014, Jed McCaleb, founder of Mt. Gox. So this guy is like the startup guy. He builds them and he sells them. And then he founded Mt. Gox, sold that to a guy who ended up not being such a great custodian. And then he was the co-founder of Ripple, launched the network system Stellar with former lawyer Joyce Kim. Before the official launch, McCaleb formed a website called Secret Bitcoin Project seeking alpha testers. The nonprofit Stellar Development Foundation was created in collaboration with Stripe CEO Patrick Collison, and the project officially launched that July. Stellar received $3 million in seed funding from Stripe. Okay, so this is where it kind of gets into the whole, well, was that what is this? Is this like a securities violation here? You know, Stellar was released as a decentralized payment network and protocol with a native currency Stellar. At its launch, the network had 100 billion Stellars. 25% of those would be given to the other nonprofits working toward the financial inclusion. So you can see there's a lot to be read here and said here. So Stripe received 2% of 2 billion of the initial Stellars in return for its seed investment. So is that like a security right there? Did they give something for ownership of the network? I mean, that's a question that, you know, the SEC would probably be looking at, right? And so remember, when I'm introducing you to this project or kind of solidifying this network, you have to think about that in the back of your mind. Like, is this the next one that's going to come up on the radar? What if it does? What if it doesn't? Is it already priced in? Does this thing have a long way to go? Is it a great fintech that should be around for a long time? It seems like this Jed McCaleb guy, for those of you who haven't been following him, he's actually a pretty interesting character considering all the things he's built. He's like a magic man, right? Anyway, so let's look at the roadmap. So the Stellar Development Foundation vision for 2020 drives towards closing the year with an ecosystem completely enabled for global payments. Our roadmap to achieve this vision is supported by 3 strategic pillars. So those 3 strategic pillars: support robustness and usability of Stellar by making it safe and easy to build on Stellar. Okay, so yeah, usable, scalable, secure. That's good, right? Objectives: increase Stellar stakeholders. We like to hear that, right? Guarantee that Stellar can scale to handle increased volume from new use cases, which is big because you need that for, you know, the evolving technologies that are coming to stay competitive. Because something else could come along that's just like Stellar, but just a little bit better, and then the next thing you know, it's been replaced, right? We saw that with Yahoo. We saw that with Google coming in to replace Yahoo. We saw that with MySpace replacing AOL, and then Facebook replacing MySpace. So, you know, just because someone's there in this position doing great things like Stellar is now doesn't mean someone won't come along with a little bit better. And who knows, I mean, you look at a platform like Polkadot, which we talked about several times on this channel already. It's been my most exciting project because I can stake it. It's like Polkadot kind of does what Ethereum does. They do a little bit of what XRP does, or well, you could say like XLM here. And then you have, they're kind of doing what already everything that Cardano does. So then you have this hybrid project like Polkadot, and you're like, whoa. But we'll keep an eye on Stellar here as they continue to develop their Definitely not down and out for the count unless something crazy were to happen. But be the blockchain people know and trust by establishing SDF on the global stage. So SDF will increase brand awareness and visibility, establishing Stellar as the blockchain people know and trust. That's great. That's cute talk. We like to hear that, right? Objectives: market Stellar and its use case to broaden awareness. Yeah, again, that's a plan. That's a whiteboard plan, but we'll see it in execution. That's where it really counts the most, right? Create documents and guides to make building on Stellar as self-serve as possible. So that means they don't have to have much support involved, because all the tools are there and people can build on it because they already know. It's like WordPress, right? You don't need someone to stand by on the phone telling you how to operate WordPress. It's pretty much all right there. And then if someone builds a theme on WordPress, you can call the theme developer. But for the most part, WordPress is out of the box, ready to go. Engage with policymakers, regulators, and leaders from around the planet, the globe. Foster and develop sustainable Stellar use cases enabling cross-border payments and securitized assets. So this is a big thing. I mean, we've got NFTs coming up, which is non-fungible tokens. You have other really interesting assets, like you have logistics, logs, you have all sorts of different things, real estate that can go on the blockchain. I mean, this is really going to get interesting with what's considered an asset that can go onto the blockchain moving forward. Develop at least one simple user interface for a cross-border payment wallet. Create easy and seamless ways to get fiat on and off the network. I mean, we already kind of have that, especially Cash App. They're probably one of the more efficient ones for getting fiat on and off. But, you know, if you like to bring it on, you like to know you can get it off just as easy as you brought fiat on, right? So ensure liquidity for fiat that is built on the network. So you can see there's a lot to go over with that. And now what I also want to talk to you guys about is this thing with Grayscale. So here recently, because remember, we keep circling back to the SEC and the Securities and Exchange Commission, a possible, I wouldn't call it an attack, I would call it more of a warning shot across the bow, so to speak. So Grayscale, they are a big holder. If you look here, you can see Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust. If you guys don't know who Grayscale is, they're one of the biggest institutional investors. I think his name's Barry Silbert. He's the one who actually is behind Grayscale. But these are like the industry leader for institutional investors. And for them to have a Stellar Lumens Trust, that's pretty big. But as you can see here on Cointelegraph, Grayscale reportedly dumps massive stakes in XRP XLM. Well, just how much XLM did they really dump? I mean, if you compare it to how much they dumped of XRP, it's nothing compared to that, because look how much Grayscale really dumped for XRP. I mean, you could almost say Grayscale basically took profit on XRP, and that was just what they did. So Cryptocurrency Futures reveals the Grayscale XRP holdings declined by more than 9.18 million, bringing the total position to 26.45 million, worth 5.77 million. So you could see Grayscale still has a considerable amount of XRP. On the same day, Grayscale reportedly liquidated over 9.74 million Stellar Lumens, or XLM, bringing its total holdings to 9.19 million XLM, or 1.27 million at today's prices. So you can see now it appears as though they have more XLM than they have XRP. So we'll see what comes about with that, right? But you can see that's kind of an interesting bit of news. And I showed you guys this Grayscale Stellar Lumens Trust. You guys can go through this. This is all on Grayscale's website. You could probably follow Gary Silbert on Twitter. Like I said, please do consider following Blockchain Bullz as we continue to give you guys updates, and subscribe to this channel. We'll see you guys on the next one.